Hey guys, this is Josh Farley back with another video. And in this video, I want to do kind of like a rant video, but not, really a rant video. It's kind of somewhat a rant video, but it's more of like a disappointment video. Let me actually talk about the T-Mobile 5G home internet gateways here for a minute. I currently actually have this one. I have the Sagicom Fast gateway, as they call it. They just call it that, as a nickname, so you don't have to say the whole thing, all the numbers and letters and all that. So I currently have that one, and I wanted to see if they had any newer ones available. So I went on YouTube, and I looked around, and I saw that they have a newer one available. So I actually bought that with my own money, which is actually the 5G gateway G4AR and G4SE. So I actually bought this white one with my own money, and I tried it out, and I was not blown away by the performance at all. I actually thought to myself when I got it, it's pretty small actually, and it for some reason or somehow it supports more bands on the 4G and 5G network. So I don't know, how that's possible, but it's a smaller device. It's not as tall as the one that I currently have, the Sagicom Fast. It's not even as tall as that, so I don't really know how it can pick up better reception. So what I did was I got it, and I got it new. I actually got it from a guy on Facebook yard sale that was actually selling it, and he actually sold it to me pretty cheap. So I figured, it's brand new, I'll just buy it and, hook it up, where I have my current one up in my attic. So I went to do that. And then I noticed that I was having problems with it from the start. I actually had to call technical support and get them to actually activate it. I didn't get put on a new line or anything. I made sure not to do that. But they also told me, they said to me, they asked me where I got it from, and I said I got it from Facebook yard sale. And they said, well, you got to watch doing that because these could be blacklisted. So I told them, I said, well, I'll take the chance, and try it out. So I put the SIM card in, and, we got it working over the phone, with technical support, the 5G home internet, technical support. They were able to activate it. But they did tell me, that I might, experience problems with it, because I did buy it from a third-party source. I didn't actually buy it, or I didn't actually get it from T-Mobile, themselves. So, it's probably a good thing that I'm not actually using it anymore. But the main problem I had with it was when I was, using it and testing it out, in the same spot I have my, Sagicom Fast, up in the attic, like I said. I put it there. I put it on top of the fan, because it fits on the fan, luckily. But, not really luckily, but, I'm not going to be using it anyway, so it doesn't really matter now. But long story short, I was getting worse signal, and worse speeds than I was with the Sagicom Fast, and this one doesn't even support, the better bands that they have out. So I contacted them, and I said, listen, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, this gateway is supposed to be better. It's supposed to have, better bands. It's supposed to, it actually has two, or actually four ports on the back, that you can actually hook up an external antenna to. But, with the Sagicom Fast, I already get, 4 bars. I can actually show you guys that right now, in the T-Mobile home internet app. As you can see, it's saying very good, so it's only 1, bar away from excellent. So, and it stays there, actually. That signal stays there, even when it's storming, it's raining, anything, it's windy, it stays at very good. So I know that I'm, getting the best signal, that I can, up in my attic here. So, I told him, look, I was only averaging with this one with the new gateway, the G4AR, G4SE. I was getting a good signal. It said good signal. Now I know some people like the Tater on his YouTube channel. He says it's not all about signal. It's not all about signal bars, which is actually true. But that, I mean, 100 some download, and I mean, I was getting better ping than I do on the Sage and Com Fast one. I was getting somewhat better ping, but my download speeds were absolutely horrendous. They were. I probably should have actually done a speed test. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to get the internet back up and running, so I just switched out the SIM cards, and got the internet back up and running because my mom. She would be freaking out at me, and telling me the internet's not working. So, but anyway, I'm very disappointed, that they have this new gateway out, and they said it's supposed to support more bands. And it's supposed to do this, it's supposed to do that, it's supposed to be faster, it's supposed to, have less ping, which it did have less ping. We actually average around like 30 to 27, sometimes lower ping, a little bit higher ping, sometimes 31, around 35, which still isn't that bad. That's definitely usable because we don't game or anything. Like I said, once in a while, my niece will bring her Nintendo Switch over or something, but that's not, like really any hardcore gaming or anything. That's just, playing on, a Wi-Fi device, and we're, fine with that. But this is definitely disappointing, guys. So definitely, do your research. I was actually thinking about trying to get a third-party gateway. They actually have one out there. I was listening to the Tater on his YouTube channel. Like I've said in a few of my videos, I definitely recommend checking him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in my description of this video, but he was actually talking about other ones that you can use, like the Chester Cheetah. They have a version 1 and they have a version 2. He was actually talking about that, and I've thought about maybe getting that, but that gateway is like $400, $500, $600. I mean, I was like, do I really want to risk that? And then, be stuck with a gateway that's that expensive. I already spent money on this 5G gateway, thinking that it would be better. So it doesn't always mean, that it's going to be better. Like they say, if it's not, broke, don't try to fix it. And that's definitely true with like internet devices and stuff like that I've seen. So, I mean, other than that, like I said, I'm glad that I have the Sage and Com Fast still because, if I didn't, I would be, stuck with this one. So I'm glad that I didn't get rid of that, send it back to T-Mobile or anything like that because, I would have been, having to go to T-Mobile, and they probably would want to put me on another line. They would be like, well, we're going to have to put you on another line, and then I would be screwed, because I would have the 1.2 terabyte, the cap that they have going on for new customers now. I have videos on my channel about that if you want to check that out. For new customers, that's what they're doing now, and they're charging more for new customers, which is $60 instead of 50 or less, depending on auto pay. But so anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, this is disappointing. I just wanted to get this video out there, and I actually did have this one here. I actually had this Arcadian KVD 21. That was actually the one that they gave me when I first got the service, and then I went to the store, and then I found out that they had the Sage and Com Fast. Now, people have actually said that they've had problems with the Sage and Com Fast. I've seen it all over the internet that they say that it overheats, that it has problems rebooting, stuff like that, but I haven't actually had that problem. I mean, the only time that it reboots for me is if I reboot it myself, within the app, or if I do it manually, unplug it or something. But I actually do have I don't actually have to come up here and unplug it all the time now. I actually recommend, if you're away from home and since you can't access the T-Mobile home internet app, away from home, which I think is stupid. Because I can, access my, Google Home devices and everything away from home. I can, access them and control them on my mobile data, or data, whatever you want to call it. So I really think that T-Mobile should actually, make a way to where you can actually control your device away from home. I kind of understand, that their way of thinking, because, if somebody, got a hold of your phone or something, they could, mess with your internet or something like that. But that's very unlikely. But anyway, I have a smart plug actually plugged in to the gateway itself, and on the power connector, going to the gateway to the electrical outlet up here in my attic. So I have that. So I'm able to, I'm able to control it like that. If I have to restart it, I can just turn the smart plug on and off, to restart it. Even if I have, mobile data, I'm away from home. So that's one way around it. That's definitely a way around it. But I mean, other than that, I've been really happy with the service. I mean, me and my mom have been really happy with it. But like I said, it's just, disappointing. Like I said, I wanted to get this video out there, and let you guys know about this. So it definitely does depend on your location with these gateways. It depends on, your surroundings. It depends on, all kinds of stuff, basically. How many trees are in your yard, stuff like that. That can have a role in it. The weather. If you live somewhere where it's constantly bad weather, you might notice really reduced speeds. Here in New Jersey, we get, rain and stuff, sometimes some bad storms, but not anything real crazy. We don't really normally get much snow, or anything like that. Maybe a few inches from time to time. But not anything, real crazy. Like if you live somewhere like in London or something, like where it's always raining, you might experience, like major slowdowns and stuff because of that. Because, places like that, you might not even be able to use this service because it would just be so, inconsistent. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it's a disappointment, but I'm probably not going to be able to get my money back from this, unfortunately, because I bought it from a third-party seller on Facebook yard sale. I just figured that I would try it because I went to the T-Mobile store, and they told me that the only one they had available was the Sage and Com Fast. But I told them, I already have that, so that's no, good. Or they told me that they actually had the Nokia 5G21, which is an even older model, which was okay when I had it, but it wasn't the best. And they also have the trash can down here that they called the trash can, or actually Arcadian KV21. I get them mixed up, but the Nokia 5G21 is actually like the trash can model. They nicknamed it because it does look like a trash can, as you can see here. But that one I actually never had, so I can't really say either way on that one. Not that I would, get that one because I'm having, fine luck with the Arcade or the Sage and Com Fast. Let's see, I get them so mixed up because there's so many of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure they're gonna have more, coming out soon. But like I said, it's disappointing. But that is, it is what it is. Like I said, if I were you guys, if you're getting the speeds that you're happy with, like I said, we average, I have some videos on my channel, we average around like 350 to 300, 310, sometimes more, at night, especially like if it's late at night. I've seen it go up to 450. I've seen it go up to almost 500. So it depends on the time of day. It depends on the weather. It depends on a lot of stuff. How congested the tower is. How many people are around. If you live in a rural area, it just depends on a lot of stuff, especially with your area. Like I said, if you have a bunch of trees, stuff like that. If you it just depends. It depends on, a lot of things. There's a lot of things to take into consideration when using a non, cable internet provider, because it's coming through the air. It's not actually being, it's not actually connected directly into your house through a cable. It's coming from a tower. And, that can, it just depends on the weather. It depends on what's going on. The towers, sometimes they could be down, they could be doing maintenance on them. It could just be anything. So you're not going to always get consistent speeds with this service. It's just not going to happen. Even T-Mobile, they say on their website that you're not always going to get, speeds that they advertise, which is definitely true. But like I said, we average actually higher than what they advertise. We get, like I said, high 300s, mid 300s, low 300s, sometimes 400, sometimes close to 500. So that's, definitely not bad at all. I mean, I can't ask for more than that, with a service that's not even, Comcast or Xfinity, directly coming in your house. So, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper too. So, but anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, it is a disappointment, but I wanted to let you guys know this. I wanted to let you guys know, if you are facing issues with newer gateways, don't get rid of your old gateway. That's my advice to you guys. Don't get rid of your old one. Luckily, I didn't. I was thinking about returning it to T-Mobile, but I thought to myself, let's do some tests here, before I actually do that. And, lo and behold, it was a good thing that I did, because I was, I ended up being unhappy with it. So, like I said, every area is different. Like I said, the Sage and Com Fast seems to be the one for us. That works, for our area. And like I said, people have been complaining about it on Reddit and stuff, but I have a fan under mine, and I haven't had any issues with it. I have a fan underneath of it. I definitely recommend putting a fan underneath of it, to get better speeds, more reliable speeds, especially with me having mine up in the attic. It can be, pretty hot up here. And then I have a pedestal fan to also help up here, because we don't actually have air condition up here. So, I definitely recommend, whatever gateway you have, especially the Nokia trash can, and the Arcadium KVD 21, and basically all of them. I recommend using a fan, especially like I said, if it's up in a hot place, if it's by a window where sun shines on it or something, just to keep it cool. The cooler the better, because it's obviously the cooler the better, the more reliable it's going to be. And I have noticed that my ping is actually more reliable when using the fan. I've noticed that it's more reliable, and the speeds, the download speeds and the upload speeds are more reliable when I use the fan. And I can always tell, like if the fan, sometimes the fan that I have, I've actually had problems with the wire with it, and I've noticed that the fan sometimes stops. When I wanted to talk about that too before I go here. There's actually a port, a USB-C port in the back of every gateway. I'm not sure about the old Nokia trash can one, but the Arcadian KVD 21, I believe, had that. I think it did. And the Sage and Com Fast definitely does. And the newest one, the G4AR or G4SE, has a USB-C port. They have two, obviously. One for the power, and then one for an external fan or whatever you want to do with it. Or a backup battery, something like that. I don't know if it would be able to be used for that. I'm sure it could. But anyway, yeah, I was actually having problems with that USB-C port in the back powering the fan. So I don't know if it's that the fan is too powerful, but I actually had to hook up the fan, which really isn't that big of a deal. I just ran an extension cord and put a power brick on the not a power brick, a power brick, yeah. I'm thinking of a battery pack, but that's not it. So I ran an extension cord to the gateway, and then I put a anchor power brick with a USB port on it, and then I plugged in the fan that way, and I haven't had any problems. The thing is, I think the problem is when the gateway reboots to do its software updates, because it automatically does that. It does that at night, actually, when everybody's asleep, so you don't even notice it. But when the gateway reboots, it actually keeps the fan off, so I constantly have to come back upstairs and manually, return the fan on. So this way, if you plug it in directly to a power outlet, the fan, you don't have to worry about doing that. I mean, I could actually run a smart plug, to keep the fan on, and turn the fan on after every reboot, but that would just be annoying because I would still have to come up here and check it. And it's just better to do it that way. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be using a fan with this. I don't really recommend plugging it into the gateway's USB-C port. I would recommend plugging it in to a power brick, like an Anchor one, and then plugging that directly into the electrical outlet. So but anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, that's some advice. I just wanted to get this video out there and let you guys know about this. Like I said, it is disappointing, but it is what it is. So we're still getting great service with T-Mobile 5G home internet with the Sage and Com Fast. Like I said, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. I mean, like I said, I might eventually look into getting one of those gateways that you can actually lock towers. You can actually do like things like dual towers. You can connect to two. You can connect to like two different 5G bands at the same time, and you can do stuff like that. But I think since we're getting pretty reasonable speeds, faster than what they advertise, I think that I'll probably just leave it how it is for now, because I really don't feel like spending that kind of money on something like that. I mean, that's just me, but for everybody else, it's different for everybody else. But, for us, we're not getting bad speeds by any means. It's definitely usable speed, so it's not like it's, anything, drastic or anything, that needs to be, taken care of right away. I mean, yeah, I would like to get faster speeds, but I don't really think, that we could get, much faster than we're already getting, because they advertise that you get around 245. So I don't really think, like with a router or a gateway, that allows me to band lock, I don't really know if I would be able to get, much faster speeds in my area, especially living in a rural area. I just don't know if that would, benefit me or not. But I might try it out. I'll let you guys know, if I do decide to buy one. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But for now, we're probably just going to keep what we have and, keep using the Sage and Com Fast. So anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, just wanted to get this video out there. And if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.